Hey there, it's Diane Forster. Welcome to I Have Today, where we talk about the art of intentional living. The show is all about inspiring, empowering, and educating you through life's transitions. And today, I've got another fabulous woman that I'm interviewing today. All right, Hilary. And isn't it interesting? Hilary DeCesare is my guest today, and she is a gorgeous powerhouse woman. And when I find somebody who helps us teach or helps teach us techniques and processes that help us in our lives, personally, professionally, I always love to share that with you. And so she's got a few processes she's going to share with us today. And one of them is the tune in process. So you're going to want to stick around and learn this today. But let me tell you a little bit about Hilary before I bring her on. Just a snapshot. I will share more when she comes on. She's an international business coach and best-selling author of Relaunch, Spark Your Heart and Ignite Your Life. She's a pioneer female Silicon Valley CEO and is a sought-after speaker and founder of the Relaunch Company. She's among the first women to impact almost $500 million in sales for the tech giant Oracle, as well as millions of dollars in venture capital for many successful startups. And she's got a transformation story, reinvention story, and she's going to share that with us today, as well as her awesome techniques. So the title of our show today is Female Silicon Valley CEO Helps You Launch and Relaunch. Do you know you can launch and relaunch anytime in your life? Does not matter what the circumstances are. That's something that you get to do. So we're going to talk about that today, as well as many other things. And in case you're here for the first time, I want to say welcome. And if you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. Right now, we are streaming live on E360 TV, and we're also streaming on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter at the same time. If you're watching us live, you can leave us comments and we will be able to see them. So if you want to say hello, you've got questions or comments, make sure that you do it on the social media platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and we'll be able to see them there. All right. We're also uploading this as a podcast for those of you who are catching the replay or prefer to listen to podcasts. That's available for you as well. This is I Have Today with Diane Forster. That's where you'll find it. And then on social media, it's Diane Forster Official. So one of the things that we do every week, oh, hey, Jennifer, nice to see you. One of the things that we do every week is we create a weekly intention statement. And the purpose of the intention statement is so that you have something to ground onto all week and have that really become a part of who you are. And I'll explain more in a moment. But our intention statement this week is I have today to relaunch my life at any time. I have today to relaunch my life at any time. I personally know I relaunched in 2015 and I've relaunched multiple times since. So this is your chance to do it. No matter what your circumstances are, personally or professionally, you have today to make a change. You can relaunch your life and have it be anything that you want it to be. So one of the things that my amazing team does is they create a beautiful graphic for you. There it is on the screen right now of this week's intention statement. And where you can find that is on my Instagram page at Diane Forster Official. If you go over there, there's a little button called Intention Statements. This one's already uploaded. So 2 things I'm going to ask you to do. Number 1, when you go over there, if you're not following me, give me a follow. And number 2, take a screenshot of it and use it as your screensaver for the week. Okay? The reason why I want you to do that is every time you look at your phone, on average 150 times a day, if you can believe that, you will see this over 1,000 times in a week. And that is how we create the repetition that creates lasting, positive, permanent change. So that's there for you. We have many others there. Check them out and make sure you give me a follow. So we're getting ready to bring Hilary up here for our interview. But before we do that, let's listen to a word from our sponsor, the Spifter. This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. All right, so make sure you get your Spifter on Amazon. And hello, Hilary DeCesare.
Hello, Diane. Yeah, that Spifter sounds pretty darn good.
Yeah, actually, that's my invention. I created that. That was my entryway into entrepreneurship. Yeah, it's super fun. So, well, I'm so excited to have you here and introduce you to our I Have Today family and audience, because you're really a remarkable woman doing amazing things for women in the world, and you've got a story to tell. So I shared a little bit about your bio at the beginning of the interview, and so what I want to share right now is a couple of other things that I didn't share at the beginning. So everybody, Hilary has a unique application of her work and is trademark 3HQ method that helps empower midlife women to reimagine what's possible in their lives and careers. Using what she's going to tell us is that 3HQ method. So, Hilary, welcome to the show. I know we're going to talk about that, and we are going to actually demonstrate your tune-in process. So everyone who's here watching or listening, make sure you stay till the end so that you can participate in this as well. All right, so give us a little background story about you and how you became to be this amazing expert that you are.
Well, I have to say that when you think about it, and I love your intention, I have today to relaunch my life at any time. Relaunches really happen at any age and at any stage. And whether you right now are listening and you are going through a relaunch, whether it's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, it will happen, right? And relaunches don't have to be something negative. It could be something very positive too. So when you think about your life, you might have 20, 30 relaunches of significances. And what was going on with me is after I had spent almost 10 years, major Silicon Valley, high-tech company, I realized, even though I was at like this height of my career, I was being offered incredible opportunities, there was something missing. And I had my 3 little kiddos running around. I had a husband. I was living from the outside, really what people would deem as like, that's a great life. Except I was crumbling on the inside. And what happened is soon after this revelation, I ended up getting melanoma. I ended up having, I went through a divorce. And I laugh because I'm like, you know, when the walls start to come down and they come down, it's almost like I grew up in LA, the earthquakes, right, happen. And this was just massive. And I tried to pick the pieces up, and I realized one of the biggest things I needed to do was venture out and start up my first of many startups that I did, raising capital. And I felt like I was never in the right place, right? I used to call it corporate guilt, but I wasn't where I should have been when I was at work. I wasn't really present when I was home. Things were not really like, I wasn't in that happy, joyous, and people would say, well, you know, gosh, just smile your way through it and have happy thoughts. And I'm like, okay, who are you? Like, right? I mean, I remember going to a Tony Robbins and he was on stage screaming, you know, oh, love your life, love your business, love, love, love. And I thought, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Because I am not even at the like stage. I am more at this like self-sabotage, don't like. And so as I progressed through different different types of my own life, something very significant happened. And my identity, it wasn't even like a midlife crisis, it was a true identity crisis. The women in my family all lived into their hundreds. And one morning, and it was right after my 50th birthday, I got a call from my mom, and she said, Hilary, I've got stage 4 colon cancer. And at that point, she's 77 years old. And I think, well, you know what? Then let's do something about it. You are not going anywhere. I had her move in, and it was the same time period that my youngest daughter was a senior in high school. And I had just gotten remarried. My husband and I were living in 2 different houses, taking care of 2 different kid groups. And all of a sudden, I'm like, God, again, what am I doing? Who am I? I'm trying to, like, my daughter's trying to live the life of being a senior. My mom is trying to live a life so that she can live a life. And I'm not even with my husband. I'm trying to, figure out, how do I run my company? How do I stay a mom? How am I still present? And it was so many massive relaunches that were coming at me all at once. I literally one morning could not get off the bed. I was just laying there and so overwhelmed, so underwhelmed by everything. And it was at that moment that I realized that all of the years and years, and I have been coaching executives and entrepreneurs for over 20 years, it all came to a head. And I thought, you know what? There's more to this. I keep hearing about passion and purpose, and like, how do you get there? How do you get to that point? And so, Diane, that's where it all clicked. It clicked with a process that I didn't even realize I had already invented. And my mom ended up passing. My mom left this earth when she was 78. And it was only a couple years later, my dad left, and all of these changes. And so I started to think about IQ. IQ is something in the 60s, 70s that was huge. It was, how smart are you? What kind of problem solver are you? And then EQ came into being in the 90s, and it was all about how emotionally connected you are. I thought, as we'd all gone through COVID and all of these things where I was just struggling to try to deal with all the passing of everyone, that I love so much, and the world changing, relaunches on a massive scale, right? Globally, personally, professionally. And all of a sudden it hit me, this new concept of 3HQ, your headquarters, your own personal headquarters. And the 3 departments are your head, your heart, and your highest self. And that's where relaunch became a part of my world. And now thousands of people are using it, saying, oh my God, it's magic. I can't believe this actually works. And I'm like, it's pretty darn incredible. And maybe it's got a little of the earth side and a little of that helping from beyond. I know my mom is deeply involved in this every day.
I have so much to say. I am so blown away. First of all, Hilary, I cannot believe the symmetry of yours and my life. It's amazing. My mom passed of colon cancer too, at the age of 53. She was a lot younger. She's been gone for a long time. We both have 26-year-old son-daughter twins, and we've both been through reinventions. We both had have it all lives, like to the outside world looks like you got it all. And yet we are crumbling on the inside because our soul, spirit, like we just know that there's more, which is why I wanted to bring you on. I wanted to anyway, but now I'm learning more and more about you. And I'm like blown away at the alignment of our stories. And I love also me. I've certainly developed the processes that work for me that I didn't know they were processes until later, and the effect on them, which is why I love learning and sharing people like you, women like you, because you are open to saying, this isn't working and I got to figure it out. And God love Tony Robbins, but that's not working for me. I have to master something that's going to help me in my life. And you do it for all the right reasons. It's totally selfish. You're just trying to survive in this world. You're just trying to make sense. And then you start to see that it really has results. And then you get to share it with other people. So I am so glad that you were so open and vulnerable. Thank you for sharing all of that so honestly. And now let's talk about, because I want to do them both. Let's talk about 3HQ, that it is the head, it is the heart, and it is the higher self. But what exactly is it?
So the easiest way I can explain this is a quick story. All right. Imagine I'm running a company. I have a large board. We've raised almost $10 million. And when I first met this board member, I got chills up and down my spine, not the good kind, but the ones that were like, ugh, run, get out of here fast. Do not let this person come anywhere near the business. Well, one day we're on a fundraising. We're out there raising more capital for the business. And we end up at Niagara Falls, just the two of us. And it was one of those, it was in between our drive. We had a 3-hour, let's go check it out. And he had been there multiple times. And I'll never forget this. I was literally at the edge and there are no guardrails. And I'm in at that point, my Louboutins. I had, the ones with the red on the bottom, and I'm in my dress and I'm getting all ready for this next meeting. And all of a sudden I felt like my intuition, my wise woman inside of me was like screaming over the loud, water going over the fall. Get away from the edge. Get away as fast as you can. And I turned around and this guy was like 3 inches away from my face. And I moved to the right and I ended up, saying, I just got to get back in the car. Oh my gosh. And, he said, oh gosh, are you afraid of heights? And I'm thinking, of course I'm not afraid of heights, but oh yeah, I got to get back in the car. Well, a few weeks later, I was in a situation where this guy pulls this like awful thing with the company and wants to oust me as the CEO. And we end up going into court and it turns into this ugly thing. Nothing like I ever imagined when I created this company to keep kids safe online. I mean, that was the intention. Think of it like a safety for kids Facebook. And we ended up having to basically bring the company down. And the reason this is so symbolic is 3 weeks after the company is literally done, I get a call from the SEC, the Security Exchange Commissioner. And he says, Hilary, we're investigating this man who was on your board. Do you have any information about him? And I said, what are you investigating? And he said, a Ponzi scheme. And your company, we believe, was right in the middle. Well, it ends up that this guy ended up going to federal prison for 3 years. And it really just shook me to the inner core that we all have incredible things inside of us that are guiding us, that are leading us, that are trying to tell us things all the time. But we hear, but we don't listen. And so when I started to come up with all of this concept of 3HQ, head, heart, highest self, the head is where our identity lives. It's where our thoughts are, both positive and negative. It's where limiting beliefs come. Then you've got your heart, which is where your essence of your why are you even doing what you're doing? And then it also has to do with that part I shared earlier. If you're not really liking where you are, who you are, too many people try to do the Evel Knievel. Let's go from really not liking you to loving. And you're going to do that massive jump and you're going to end up falling down into the canyon. You have to take the steps to go from that self-sabotage to liking to get to love. And that's all part of 3HQ, because when your head and your heart are working together, then and only then can you connect to your highest self. And what do I think of when I think of highest self? I think of your energy. When you are feeling it, when you are like on your A game, you have an energy about yourself. And it's not low vibe energy like, oh, I'm blaming, I'm not happy, I'm shame, I'm in fear. It's a high level. It's that joy of life. It's the connection to people. It's like, God, I just feel like, I'm all there right now. And so what I did with 3HQ, because it can be a process, I realized that people want a quick fix, right? Diane, I mean, like Diane, you have to have a quick fix so that people can immediately start to do something. So I created a 4-step process that is a subset of 3HQ, and it's called Tune In. And I would love to introduce it to you and your audience and take you through it if you're game.
I'm always game. Everybody knows my fans, followers, viewers, listeners know I am an absolute guinea pig on my show. I love it. It's like, bring it, bring it, bring it. I would love to do this.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so I'm going to coach you a little bit here. Okay. And what we're going to do is this. It's 4 steps and everybody can master it. Again, my philosophy is keep it simple, make it work. All right. So step 1 in the tune-in process is I want you to tell me about a challenge you have, either positive challenge, negative challenge, because they can be either an intention that you have. What's going on with you, either personally or professionally?
And it's a current challenge that I have.
Current challenge.
Yeah. Our current challenge. Well, this is a good thing to say to you. We're having a challenge getting the funding that we need right now to go to the next level.
Perfect. Okay. That challenge everyone can relate to. Yeah. Because in some way you're trying to raise money, get money, create money, have recurring revenue, right? I mean, this is a common occurrence. You want to do something, you want to pay for Facebook ads, but where does the money come from? Yes. So your challenge right now is this funding your growth, your growth. So you get very clear on that. Now we go into step 2. Step 2 is one of my favorites. Step 2 is where we change the channel. Einstein said, you can't solve a problem at the conscious level it was created. You can't solve a problem at the level it was created. So if your challenge is funding for growth, new project funding, how am I going to get there? That's a low vibrational level, or you would already have it. Or you would already be operating with the funding is coming in. It's like coming in and it's coming in, and it's coming in. So here's where I want you to think about this. In order to elevate yourself from a lack, scarcity, I don't have it mindset, we're going to have to up level you. So how do you change the channel? We do it through neuroscience, and it is all around music. I want you, Diane, to tell me the name of a song that absolutely, when you hear it, it lights you up. What's a song that lights you up?
Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Okay. Lovely Day. So
love
now
I
want, again, and everyone, you're going to get faster and faster doing this process. But what we're going to do is neuroscience says in order to change your state, you have to think about the song or hear the song. You can think of it in your mind for 20 seconds. You take it from your head all the way through your body, all the way to your feet. So right now, Diane, I want you to think of Lovely Day. I want you to play it. I want you to turn it up. I can see you smiling. Now move your body, and we're going to do this for 20 seconds because, again, neuroscience, we're changing the state. Now, as we go into step 3, let's just remember step 1, the challenge is all around your head, all around your thought. Oh, I need funding. Step 2 is that highest self. You're connecting to your energy, up leveling yourself. Now, step 3, you're going to go to your heart. And what we're going to do is you are going to create a movie in your mind, and you are going to be the Academy Award-winning actress with that challenge already happening. That challenge is no longer a challenge. Everything is coming to you. You have so many different sources of money coming towards you, so many different sources of funding, and you can see yourself, and you are in this picture. and you are wearing something. I want you to tell me, what color are you wearing right now?
Gold.
Gold. Okay. Diane, you are going to 10x that gold color. It is so vibrant. It is like emotionally charging you. You can feel it. You can see it. You can smell the success of it all. And now another neuroscience step. You're going to take an internal picture of that in your mind. And how you do that is you open and close your eyes when I say click 3 times. Click, click, click. Again, opening and closing, capturing that. It's like your trailer that you are going to blast all over Times Square. This is the image. Do you have that image in your mind now? Is it emblazoned?
I do. I
Okay.
have it.
And you feel. Now we're going to go into step 4. And this is, again, you've elevated. You're back to tuning into lovely day. You're back there. And this is the most important, a micro step. A micro step to get you moving forward, momentum. Success loves speed. And so what could you do? Again, you're now tuning into Lovely Day. What could you do right now when we're done with our show? What could you do as one step towards that mini movie in your mind that you created? One small, small thing to show momentum.
You want me to say it?
I do.
I'm setting up a meeting with you to talk about funding.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
Setting up a meeting. Okay, normally what I would say is accountability. This is so big. This is something that I'm like, clarity, plan, accountability. A lot of people talk a big game, but you have to be held accountable. So I am going to stay on after our show. We are going to put this onto the calendar so that there is accountability, and you will be able to say, check that off so that we can move into the next step, which would be a great thing I get asked all the time is, how often can you tune in? Well, guess what? I tune in before I came on the show. Yeah. I tune in before I start to put anything out on social media, before I create any content, before I have a meeting, a negotiation. I tune in sometimes up to 25 times a day because I've got it. I've got 3 go-to songs that I know. How do I want to feel? What do I want to do on this show? I want to impact. What's my impact song? So you start to have your pocket songs available so that you just run through it. You run through it or 1 minute or less, and you're like all the way down. You can do this if you're on a boring Zoom call and your energy is starting to fall. You can actually elevate other people because there. Can I say one more thing that I think is so impactful? Of
course.
When we think of our mind, of our brain, we have 86 billion neurons in our brain, 86, of which we have mirror neurons. Mirror neurons, those are the ones that when I yawn, you yawn. When I laugh, I can get you laughing. And when you think about that, you can control other people's energy just by doing this tune in. The mirroring neurons are going to, when you put out, law of attraction, what you put out, you get back. Well, it's actually scientifically based. And now you know that tuning in should be something that we all learn. It may take you 3 minutes the first time, then it'll take you a minute. You can become a master at growth of your own energy on demand.
So fantastic. I love the way that you broke this out and simplified it. I love that you say that you use tuning and you tune in multiple times a day, up to 20 times a day sometimes, and that you have 3 go-to songs, because that was going to be one of my questions for you. Do you have different theme music for different intentions that you're setting? You know, things that you want to change? Yes.
I also have the goofy ones, right? I'm going in somewhere and I'm like, I just need to have it come into me. What song should I be putting out there to tune into right now? So, true story. I was on a podcast last week and I did my tune in process, and the gal says, all right, Hilary, what song did you play before, what's in your head right now? And I'm like, no, I can't believe this is a song. But it was that I put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up, that song. So
Yeah.
I'm like, no idea. I guess I needed to bring, a little of that, Hawaiian spirit here because, everything going on. I'm like, but that's the song. And so usually I've got, This Girl Is on Fire. I've got my big one, I have to say, Diana Ross was playing throughout my entire growing up. So Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And then another one that this is another funny, I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. If you guys have not gone and reread the lyrics, I mean, it is so on fire. It is so great. And so that's kind of my inspiration. I want to impact people's song.
Yeah, I love that song so much by her, and the lyrics are incredibly good. Yeah, I have, theme songs too. I hope everybody is getting a lot of value out of this. And let's just walk through for everybody one more time what the 4 steps are. So the first step was the challenge. The second step was to change the channel. By tuning in. And that is to the theme song.
You have to make sure it's 20 seconds. 20 seconds is neuro-based. I mean, this is part of the research. So for at least 20 seconds. And then the third step is really creating the micro movie in your mind. This is the heart part. This is where you take that color, you intensify it, you take that picture in your mind, you capture it. It is something you can continue to go back to. And then the fourth is taking the micro action. What is that micro action you can do right away?
A couple of things I want to say about all of this, which is so good. What I love about this is, I'm big into law of attraction manifestation. And, a lot of this is based on that. It's energy, it's frequency. You've got multiple senses involved. You're doing it for enough time to really make the shift happen really quickly. But you are so based in the science aspect of it too. So there's so much validity to this. So for people who say, oh, that woo-woo stuff doesn't work. No, this actually does work. When you understand we are all energy, everything is energy, and you can change and manipulate it. And I love the sound. So the song is in your mind. The song is also in your head, and you're thinking it, and the movement of your body by, shifting the energy and getting that involved. And then the imagery of that outcome and the snapping of the picture, the photo too, to kind of really lock it in. Such a fabulous process. Really love it.
I got to tell you, the more you do it, I've had people, I coach a lot of coaches, and they'll hear it and they'll be like, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden they'll say, oh my gosh, I just tuned in. Hilary, I can't believe it. I totally felt different going into this next meeting, going into this next coaching. And sometimes we have to have the break, right? And this creates that break between being so busy, going one meeting to the next. And you're right, coming out of Silicon Valley, it was all head-based. It was everything was, IQ, logic. And I have a degree in psychology, and I've been studying neuroscience for over 10 years. And by the way, neuroscience in the last 2 years has blown up. But what it's blown up around is the scientific evidence behind it.
Yes.
And that's what gets me going, because I'm like, okay, I have seen it work. I have hundreds of examples. I call it in the book, I call it the manifestation magnet method. And it's this whole method around how to actually manifest things. And I've taught this now to my kids. And one great example is my daughter she works at one of a high-tech company in San Francisco. And I said, let's tune in. Let's go ahead. Let's make this happen. And what she really wanted, her intention was, I want to take the only one spot to get to club. And I want it to be in Hawaii. And of course, they hadn't announced where it was. And I want to be able to stay over at this place for an extra 2 nights. And we did it, and she did it, and she repeatedly did it. As you said, with, if you have that intention, I have today to relaunch my life at any time, and you 150 times a day are looking at it. I mean, that's what she did. She kept going for it. And guess what happened? She was given the only spot at the club. It was announced that it was at Hawaii. And she immediately, because they gave her a bonus, booked a couple extra days. I mean, and it's not just one off. I often say, if you see somebody doing it, then your mantra should be, if they can do it, so can I.
Yes.
If they can do it, so can I, because that's the thing. As soon as it's available to one, it's available to all.
Right. And oh, hi there. Thanks for being here, Bigfoot. It is really, really powerful. And tuning in to yourself is something that we should all be doing at all times. I mean, there's so much knowledge and information and power within us. It's not out there. It's here. Now, I don't know if you guys caught my show when I had Shelley Campbell on last week, and she's a lovely woman. She's 75 years old. She's got 14 money affirmations that are powerful, have changed her life and thousands of other people. And one of them was, I believe in, oh gosh, now I'm going to forget it. Oh, wait a second. My affirmations work for me, whether I believe it or not. That was such a powerful one. Of the 14, I thought, wow, that's really good. So
that is really good.
If you are listening to what Hilary's saying right now, believe that this will work. Do this, whether you believe it or not. Do it. What we bring you here at I Have Today are these types of instant actionable things, processes, steps, tips, ways for you to improve your life right here, right now. There's no excuse for you not to try this. Be open to the possibility, because the proof is here. You've been doing this, Hilary. You've been helping so many people. All right. So these are actually in your book. Team, can you show a copy of Hilary's book, please? And so tuning in is in the book, right?
Well, so 3HQ, and 3HQ. What I would strongly suggest is this: go to therelaunch.com.
Okay.
Relaunch.com, and there is a quiz, a 3HQ quiz that's going to tell you. It's going to tell you where you stand in your head, your heart, your highest self. And again, alignment, when you are really in your element, you are like, this is so good. Life is really great. It's when all three are working in unison, not, off the charts in one area and another. So go check out therelaunch.com, and there's a quiz link. Take it, and then go over to Instagram and share your results with me. And that's therelaunch.com. Yeah, check it out, because, we all love to know a little bit more about ourselves, to have that insight. And then once you start down that process, then you get the whole tune in. There's a full course that you can take. It's incredible, because you can tune in to every single area of your business, finance. You can tune into social media, marketing, sales, leadership. I mean, we give you endless, examples of what you should be doing with those action steps.
It's so good, Hilary. I'm really grateful that we connected. And I just have a couple more questions for you. All right. So we are going to have in the show notes, a link for everybody to get your book. Obviously, therelaunch.com. Go to Hilary's site, take that quiz. I'm going to take it. I always do my guest things. I'm curious. I want to know. Tap into everything, every resource available. And I know we're going to stick around till the end after, and you're going to hold me accountable. I love that. But let me ask you a question that I ask all my guests. How do you live intentionally the I Have Today way, which is in the present moment? Can you start it with I have today too?
Absolutely. I have today to tune in to everything that is in my best alignment. And I have the ability to change anything that is perceived negative into a positive. And with the tool like Tune In, you can do it. And you can do it multiple times a day.
So good. And you can do it quickly. That's so
Quickly.
good.
Quickly, because we all have, this, it's either the I can do that syndrome, right? I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But all you have to do is tune in, and then you'll really know what you should be doing. Yeah. What should you be doing? Because sure, you can do it all, but what's really going to impact you and actually get success and scale your business and give you the lifestyle of success, not the lifestyle I'm looking for or Diane's looking for, but you specifically have your own lifestyle of success that needs to be defined.
Yeah. Yes. Whatever that is for you. That's one of the greatest things you said all day, when you've said many, many amazing things. So is there any final tip or piece of advice you want to share with the audience today?
So when you think, and you heard me say that a lot of times it's easy to operate at a low vibrational energy, right? The shame, the blame, the fear. And it does take work, just like going to the gym. And it is a habit for success. You have to practice. And by a day of practicing Tune In, you then elevate yourself so that the highs aren't as severe from the lows, right? And you start to, instead of being on the relaunch roller coaster where it's woo, woo, or you get into the spiral, right? The circle that never ends. It's kind of like, it gives you that foundation. It gives you that ability to really, it's like you are plugging in to your own power source. That's pretty amazing.
And you have all the power. You do have all the power in your life. So good. All right, Hilary. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here today. I hope everybody got a lot of value out of that. Stick to the end. I'm going to do the mantra meditation. I'm going to integrate everything that Hilary shared today in a mantra meditation so that you can leave here feeling better at the end than you did at the beginning. We want it integrated. We absolutely do. And make sure that you go to the relaunch.com and get that quiz. Find out how you too can tune in. And 3HQ is there. We're going to have Hilary's book. And I know we're going to hear more about you and everything that you're doing. And I'm so grateful that we discovered each other. I know I'm going to be on your show in a few weeks. Very excited about that. And you're just absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing everything you did today.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. So fantastic. I know. I already got a list of songs in my head as she was talking, saying, I'm thinking, this is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. So play with this. Have a lot of fun with this, little things that you can do in your life to improve it. And this is the way to do it. This is how to live intentionally, the I Have Today way. All right, so we're getting ready to do our mantra meditation, so stick around for that. But before we do that, I wanted to share an exciting opportunity for you. So as the founder and president of the I Have Today TV network, which is upcoming, we're going to be launching that network soon, and more details to come about that. But I got asked so many times, I want to do a TV show like you do, Diane. So I have helped so many women launch and start in their own TV shows. And now I've created an academy for you. So if you are out there, you're a professional woman or an entrepreneur, an expert, or maybe you have a story to share, like Hilary had her journey and everything that she went through and turned it into this amazing opportunity to help so many other women in their lives to relaunch through her processes, I'm certain that you've got life experience, professional experience that you would like to help other women in the world with. If this is you, and maybe your business is going well, and but you want to grow it, you want to make bigger impact, you want to make greater income, you want to do more good in the world, you want to feel more passion and purpose every day. Having a TV show is one of the best ways to do it. It builds your brand, it builds your following, it builds your business, it builds your credibility and authority. It's been a game changer in my life. And so I want to invite you to go to my free masterclass. I'm giving a free masterclass on the 5 simple shifts you need to make to become a TV host, and how you can earn 5, 6, even 7 figures, even if nobody knows who you are. So we're going to give you a link to that while it's still available. That is at www.startvhost.com. Oh, wait, do I have that backwards, team? Is it TV Star Host? I have my URL wrong. All right, so tvstarhost.com, tvstarhost.com. And that is where you're going to go and register for the free masterclass. So go there, check it out. Spend about 30 minutes with me telling you why you need to do this and all the ways it could simplify your life, grow your business, your credibility, your celebrity status, and bottom line, help more people in the world, because that's what we are all about. So go to tvstarhost.com, register for the masterclass, and I will see you inside there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do our mantra meditation. Now, if you are driving, obviously you can't close your eyes, but for everybody else, please stop what you're doing. Don't multitask. Really just take just a few minutes with me and allow this to integrate. And feel this, feel your vibration shift. You're going to feel better immediately. So this is how we started. We do 2 sets of breaths. The first thing you do is you breathe in for the count of 4 through your nose, pull that air all the way down to your tailbone, which is your root chakra. Now I want you to hold it for the count of 8. And as you're holding it for 8, I want you to send energy to all 8 of your chakras. And yes, there's 8. There's your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and your soul star, which sits above your head about a foot or so. It is a very important chakra because it is your channel to receiving the guidance, the intuition, everything that Hilary was talking about, how she got that feeling at Niagara Falls, like she just knew. So important. This is how you receive information. So it's very clear, very important. Clear out that energy. All right. So as you're holding your breath and counting to 8, you're sending energy to all of those 8 chakras. Then I want you to blow out for the count of 8 as if you're blowing out birthday candles. I want you to get everything up and out. Your abdomen is going to feel like a deflated balloon. But what you're breathing out is every toxic memory, wound, energy, trauma, negative emotion, anything that you might be holding on. Yes, you are a breath away from letting it go. So I want you to breathe that out and imagine all that stuff is leaving you. I do it as if it's like sooty smoke, like coming out of a chimney or something, like just getting it all out. And do that twice. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it as we do it. And then all you do is listen to my words. So get ready, just kind of relax your shoulders, close your eyes, keep your feet flat on the floor, put your hands on your lap. You can turn them up if you want to receive more energy, or put them down if you feel grounded. And here we go. So breathe in for the count of 4, pull it down to your root chakra. Breathe in. Now hold it and count to 8 as you send energy to your 8 chakras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe it out for 8. Should feel really good. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in for 4 through the nose. Hold it for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blow it out for 8. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles, big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to relaunch my life at any time. It doesn't matter my age, doesn't matter where I am in my life, doesn't matter if it's personally or professionally, doesn't matter at all. I get this day and this opportunity to change it and make it what I want it to be. I can let go of feelings and emotions of feeling like, God, I really thought I wanted all of those things. Turns out that I don't. I want to feel better. I want to feel more empowered. I want to feel more inspired in my life. I want to wake up every day, jumping out of my bed, excited about the day in front of me. And I'm going to figure out how to do that by tuning in. I am going to follow Hilary's processes and the 3HQ to get my head, my heart, and my highest self all in alignment and tuned in, and use that. And then I'm going to use the 4-step process of tuning in all the time, any and every scenario that I want to determine the outcome, because I do have that power. I'm going to use the science behind this and use this in my life each and every day, because every time that I do it, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. It will be fun. It'll go faster because I have that power. I am the one who's in control, and it does not matter what life brings to me. I'm going to use these tools and these processes to help me. I know how worthy and deserving I am, and I can relaunch my life at any time, at any day, in any scenario, right here, right now. I refuse to live like a victim in my life. I'm living in this purpose and in this power and using these processes. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you can open your eyes. I hope you felt that and it was powerful. Thank you so much to Hilary DeCesare for being here today. Don't forget to follow her, do her quiz, learn her 4-step tune-in process and movement, be a part of it. Share on her Instagram page what starts happening for you and to you, and share with us here at I Have Today too. Make sure you're following me everywhere, Diane Forster Official, and I Have Today with Diane Forster. If you are interested in learning how to launch your own amazing, brilliant TV show, don't forget, we've got the link in the notes. This is Diane Forster. Have a beautiful today. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.